Well, I think the biggest things that my coaches taught me is taking care about the people around you. And that's what I think Tress, did the best. He thought more about everyone else than more about himself. He took care of himself, but he thought, how to take care of the others that are going to take care of you. And that's what I try to do today. I try to help all the kids in our program and our school and things like that. And, I worry about myself, I worry about my family first. And then, just make sure you take care of the people that are going to end up taking care of you.
I just think back to, what I was able to learn in the disciplines and the work ethic that was instilled in me starting at Ursuline and what we were able to accomplish. And I think mostly, back to that off season after my junior year, I could see a definite change in who I was as a person and my work ethic and my work habits and what I expected from myself. It's definitely a line of demarcation there. And I think those things allowed me to build a foundation, both in high school and college for what I'm doing now in the business world.
The one thing that football taught me is you have to work hard. You just can't simply come out there and be good and people are going to lay down for you. It doesn't happen. You have to build up your body, you have to build up your strength, you have to build up your mental capacity to go out there on Friday nights and perform well. So we're trying to develop young men and women as first competitors, also being able to be that strong person that we're talking about.
There's some correlation there between playing high school football in this area and playing for some of the coaches that are in this area and then having success later on in life. Again, looking back, those days of starting and playing high school football here has helped me, be prosperous and have a great family and life here in Youngstown, Ohio, or in Mahoney County, and truly grateful of those experiences.
Football has made me, the man I am today. My parents and football teaches you a lot of intangibles, everything from your work ethic to the dedication you put in on and off the field, overcoming adversity. All those challenges kind of mold you into someone special when you play organized sports. And a lot of our youth athletes in here at the train station, the parents will ask me, should my son play football or should my son or daughter play this sport? And I tell them absolutely. They're going to learn a lot about themselves. They're going to learn a lot about life. And ultimately, they're going to meet some really awesome people. The people that I played with at Canfield, built relationships with, built connections with, went on and met at Villanova is unrivaled.
I would say the biggest thing that I learned from football to transition in the business world is you got to be able to, the things you want to do the least are the things that you need to do the most. You got to be willing to take the step that other people are a little bit hesitant or afraid to do, and you just got to put yourself out there and take a chance at it. And you got to understand that things aren't going to go right all the time. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You got to be able to overcome adversity. When things get tough, you can't give up. And just like in football, the coach would always tell us, you're not going to win the game on, Saturday when you're out playing. You're going to win the game, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when nobody's watching you. It's the work you're putting in then. And it's the same thing in the business world. You got to put the work in to be successful.
Athletics is the major part of my life. I want to say when I was 12 years old, I was at Chuck Perizich's house because I grew up with his son. He took me to my very first NFL football game. It was the Browns versus the Vikings. We were down on the field. I met a young man, Dick Hartzell, at that time. He was jump stretch. He was a kicker here at Youngstown State. He was a boxer. He gave me a routine to train, and he says, son, if you want to be able to don't get beat up, and if you want to be successful, run fast and be strong, these are the things you need to do, and you need to do them religiously. And I want to say that meeting pretty much changed my life.
I would say that probably through high school athletics, in particularly football, that team-based concept, I would say that the work ethic that was constantly necessary for success in the football field became applicable directly to all short, intermediate, and long-term goals alike, all of those things. And I think that combined with a team-based aspect helped contribute to my personal success. Of course, we all need to grow and improve, but I still think about those days and what I learned from all my coaches and peer group.
So I would have to tell the young guys today, which would not be myself, get after it. You know, really dominate people. Not try your best, but dominate somebody. Really put it in there. Know what that feels like to impose your will on somebody, because that is a very, very important lesson. When somebody actually beats the crap out of you, what do? Are you gonna lay there? Or are you gonna get up and get after it? If you're gonna lay there, that's a good lesson to learn, because now you know that you are gonna lay there. So figure it out with your life then. But if you have the ability to get up and get after it and go after it again, that teaches you everything. So in life, when the chips are down, you know you can get after it.
You talk about a team sport. You talk about having your back. You talk about having to have work ethic to go down to the flats at Mill Creek Park and run when everyone else is screwing around during the summer. You talk about double sessions on the field where there's bumpers coming out of the field and worried about, you know, getting cut and all that. It takes you mentally and physically beyond where you think you could go. And I you know, you don't play football, everyone has their last day of football, but I really think in the overall scheme of life, everybody has those same issues, and being there and pushing yourself beyond it, knowing you could do it, I think helps you in everything you do the rest of your life.